One of the largest surface combatants in the world is getting ready to roam the ocean again. The Russian Admiral Nakhimov battlecruiser is supposed to re-enter service in 2022. Among modern warships, it's second in size, only to large aircraft carriers, and of similar size to a World War I-era battleship. The plan will see the warship being inducted after a series of significant upgrades that will enhance its combatant potential to a great degree. Viewers may note that in 2018, Alexei Rakimov, the leader of the United Shipbuilding Corporation, stated that the end date of the reconstruction remained 2021 or 2022, but additional changes made by the Ministry of Defense would require an amendment to the contract or a new contract. As per the latest reports, the upgrade schedule is on track. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how Soviet-era behemoth Admiral Nakhimov will return as a lethal combatant after refit. Let's get into the details. This video is sponsored by War Thunder. If you are, like us, fascinated by military vehicles and technology, I recommend you give War Thunder a try. It's a military vehicle combat game which you can download and play for free on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. It has a huge variety of more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s, which you can take to battle on land, in the air, and at sea on more than 80 theaters of war. War Thunder's been kind enough to offer all Defense Updates viewers a special bonus, which will grant you a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account time for registering using our link in the description below. So take the plunge and join more than 20 million players from around the world. Admiral Nakhimov is one of 4 Kirov-class nuclear cruisers built by the Soviet Union in the 1980s. The Kirov-class, Soviet designation Project 1144 Orlan Sea Eagle, is a class of nuclear power guided missile cruisers of the Soviet Navy and Russian Navy. Admiral Nakhimov was laid down on the 17th of May 1983 at Baltysky Naval Yard, Leningrad. Launched on the 25th of April 1986, commissioned on the 30th of December 1988. Like her sisters, Admiral Nakhimov displaced some 28,000 tons when fully loaded. To give viewers a perspective, the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer of the United States Navy displaces about 9,000 tons. Admiral Nakhimov can make around 59 kilometers per hour, or 37 miles per hour, on a combined diesel and nuclear propulsion system. Plans for refurbishing the Nakhimov began in around 2006, but due to economic constraints, the implementation has been delayed for a long time. In September 2019, state news agency TASS quoted Russian Deputy Defense Minister Alexei Kryushko that it will be the most powerful Navy warship. We inspected the project. The ship is now 50% ready. As we agreed with Sevmash Shipyard, we expect to receive the ship in late 2022, as reported by Janes. Apart from new sensors, the Admiral Nakhimov will see major enhancement in 2 areas: air defense and anti-ship and land attack capability. Let's check them one by one. Nakhimov is expected to have the naval version of S-300. The system was first introduced in 1990 and increased missile speed to approximately Mach 6 for a maximum target engagement speed of up to Mach 8.5. It also increased the warhead size to 150 kilograms or 330 pounds and increased the engagement range to 150 kilometers or 93 miles. The new missiles also introduced the Track via Missile Guidance method. This system makes use of the Tombstone mod rather than the Top Dome radar. With its installation, the warship is expected to gain potent air defense capability. The missiles of the naval version are believed to include a secondary infrared terminal seeker, similar to the newer USS Standard Missile System. This allows the missile to engage over-the-horizon targets like sea-skimming anti-ship missiles. Admiral Nakhimov originally had the P-700 Granite, but with the refit, it will have a much more advanced weapon. The warship will see the introduction of the Zircon hypersonic missile. As per President Putin's address in the Russian Federal Assembly, the Zircon is capable of reaching speeds of Mach 9. So it's much faster than a bullet fired from a sniper rifle. Actually, almost 3 times the speed of a sniper's bullet. The kinetic energy alone will rip a ship apart like a tin can. Mr. Putin stated that the missile has a range of around 1,000 kilometers or 620 miles, though the naval variant could have a short range. It's equipped with a scramjet engine type. Scramjet is simply an acronym for Supersonic Combustion Ramjet. As per reports, the Zircon will have both a radar target seeker and an optical electronic complex to detect and track targets. The missile could be equipped with a high-explosive warhead or even a tactical nuclear warhead. Importantly, the missile is able to destroy both seagoing and land targets. Since it's smaller than the Granite, the ship could potentially carry up to 3 times as many weapons. Since the hull of Admiral Nakhimov is readily available and in decent shape, returning the ship to service makes sense. It's to be noted that 2 Kirovs in somewhat bad shape will not be upgraded. The addition of Admiral Nakhimov modernized battlecruiser will undoubtedly fill holes in Russian naval and strategic capabilities. Admiral Nakhimov does represent a threat to Western naval forces. The Kirovs were originally expected to be the core of independent surface groups that could threaten U.S. carrier strike groups. The appearance of the Kirov class played a key role in the recommissioning of the Iowa-class battleships by the United States Navy in the 1980s. With the Zircon missile, the Nakhimov will again be able to play that role going forward, and with the potent S-300 air defense system, it will also be able to create a defensive umbrella around a hotspot like Syria. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.